Welcome to Sneaking in the Movies. My name is Speed, and this is my homeboy Tyrone. And we are like movie critics and shit. Well, not really. Peep this. Each week, me and my boy, we go to different theaters and stuff and sneak in and check out the movie. Then we come back and tell y'all what's up. Like if y'all should pay money and shit.
This is a Silk exclusive.
Welcome back to another episode of Words, Music, Dance. I'm your host as always, Paulie the Bull, no relation to Gavano. And, this is 2021 once again. 2021 vision, but it's also the year 2021, not to confuse.
Finally.
You know what I mean?
2021.
We here. It's the second episode of the year. So, but like I did last year, start kicking it off with my sisters, you know what I'm saying? When we're down here for the holidays, for the family. So, got Crystal, got TENET, they here live in effect. And, like I said, how we do it when I'm always down here visiting, record with y'all, get y'all live in person, because Crystal, you was mad you was always in the box on Zoom.
First of all, you had me in the box. It was like low resolution.
So
then you always pick the day where I didn't have my hair done and I had like that little scully cap thing. And I'm so, can I say thank you in your little intro beginnings that you did take that one out. And I happen to be talking and doing all like.
But in the intro, I like the animated because you don't hear it, so you got to see the
Go ahead and put a pass on that.
Okay. All right. I'm sorry. All right.
We just happy it's not there no more. It's not there no more. Okay.
I keep it fresh. I updated it again actually, so you're gonna see a new intro on this one.
Thank you, Lord. Yes. Sorry. You may continue. My bad.
Yes. It's all good. So like I said, we are in the year 2021. We made it through the year 2020.
We did.
Not to say everything is all better and over with now. You know what I'm saying? Some things carried over, but I want to talk to y'all first about 2020. How was the year? The good, the bad, the uglies. Who won?
We here.
Mm-hmm.
We here.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Right here.
Okay.
In spite of all the bad, we here.
Right.
Right.
Okay. And the good, was there any good that came from it?
There was some good. Yeah. I mean, I think as we talked about before, at least for us, we couldn't go outside. Yes, we have to wear masks. Yes. And you smell your breath a lot more than you used
in
to.
The mask, yeah.
Right. Other than that, not to make light, we lost a couple of people. I know my family, we lost 3 people. Mm-hmm. Like
Back
boom,
to back.
boom. But that aside, it wasn't that terrible. We were all working, thank goodness, through most of it, at least. And it wasn't where, it wasn't that, we couldn't go outside. We ain't go outside anyway. But then when somebody told us that we couldn't go outside, we all wanted to go outside.
But then when we got outside, we didn't want to be outside.
We didn't want to be outside because there was people outside like, this thing is a hoax. You got on a mask. You got on a mask for a hoax.
Right.
But some people weren't even wearing, there's a bunch of people.
A lot of
that
people
was
weren't wearing masks.
Anti-mask and trying to fight against wearing a mask, and I don't need to wear the mask. And there's those people. There's some on each side or the spectrum, I should say. Everybody feel what they feel, and
I go with the Dr. Fauci.
Okay.
Dr. Fauci say wear a mask. You wear a mask. Okay. Dr. Fauci say stay in the house. You stay in the house. Dr. Fauci said no football season. We'll see you next year. No football season. We'll see you next year.
Well, they had the football season.
Nah, they had scrimmage games.
Well, the playoffs is about to start.
Okay.
So they did complete the season. There was a few games that got postponed. There was some Tuesday games. There was some Wednesday games.
Yes, because them damn Patriots and Cowboys can't get from the COVID.
Yeah, Tennessee had a Tuesday game, a Wednesday game. The Steelers played on a Wednesday. It was awkward, but it worked out. Which conspiracy theory, which I thought of one day. It was football like every day one week because there was nothing else on TV sports wise. So ESPN found a way to keep a game going. I see y'all.
Hell, don't be having the ESPN Secret Service.
I'm just saying, because for the first time ever, it was Tuesday. It's always Monday night football, Thursday, and then Saturday for the playoffs, and Sunday night is football night. We had football on Tuesday. We had football. We never had football on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. But we did when baseball was over, when basketball didn't start, and we still didn't get hockey yet.
You're not gonna get no hockey.
Think about it.
Even on the ice? Well,
They're trying to figure it out now. Hockey right now is still trying to kickstart their season, but they're trying to figure out the money now. How they gonna do it? Bubble, no bubble, fans, no fans. Well, they no fans because that's state laws. But they're trying to figure out how to get the money figured out because they trying how many games do we play? How much money we gonna bring in if there's no fans? TV deals ain't hockey don't get the TV deals like other sports get.
That's
so they're like, we ain't got no money to pay y'all. So they trying to figure it all out. So basketball's in about the second or third week right now, and they figured it out because they got big TV deals.
Again, I tell you, basketball season is
not
all the time.
This was the shortest turnaround because the season ended in September, October?
Last week.
And then it started right back up in December, so they're right back at it.
See how y'all watch that?
It's even more court screeching with no fans.
So nothing to absorb the squeak.
Yeah, it's real. It's real. And I don't know if I fully intro, but shout out to everybody listening, shout out to everybody watching. You know what it is. Subscribe, like, comment, share, do all that good stuff.
We just start talking.
I mean, it's so good. That's the
did.
formal way to do it, but I'm not really a formal YouTuber.
Don't worry, it'll be across the bio.
Yeah. It'll be there because I don't remember. So y'all do that though.
Post production.
Holla at y'all. Shout out to everybody. Hi mom, y'all know what it is. But yeah. So basketball's back. Hockey's still trying to figure out their money situation. One of the things that we did last year that we did get to do this year, back in what was that, September, October? When I was down here, September, we did get to go to the movie theaters. It had just opened up down here in Charlotte when I came down last time, and we got to go see Tenet.
Yes. We did.
I got the email from AMC saying we back, and I was like, oh, when are they gonna see Tenet? Then you text me.
Yes.
Well, we going to see Tenet. I was like, I guess we are. Like I just got the email thinking about it.
Literally,
before I could tell.
opened it up and she was like, movie theaters. I said, ooh, what's playing? She said something called Tenet. Tenet. Waiting a year.
Like I had just saw the email and I was like, I wonder if they want to see that while I'm down here.
We did.
And then we did go see it.
It was an interesting movie experience because
you need a nuclear science degree.
Well, she's talking about the experience first before we get to the movie. But she's talking about the experience.
I'm talking about the seating. Like we was able to sit together, and then nobody could sit on the outside of us.
Right.
So I think that was kind of cool because then it felt like we was.
It felt like our theater.
Right.
For the most part.
For the most part, yeah, it was other people around, but they were not close.
Yeah.
So if that part was.
But even in the the concession, seeing them not have food, just have popcorn.
Yeah,
it was no butter.
Right.
There was nobody really there. It was just interesting to see.
It was
the layout, even the mall itself. There was people in there, but
wait, did y'all check out? Okay, so we was at the concession.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we was at the concession together.
This little family
Mm-hmm.
of Latinos.
Okay.
Sorry.
Shout out to the Latinx community.
No mask.
Not a one person.
Not a one person in the foursome.
Not a
then
one person.
Two of them had the nerve to be sucking face by the butter.
Yes,
there was no butter.
There was no butter, so it wasn't,
But it was, the open area where the butter would be.
Mm-hmm.
Mask, please.
Yeah.
And stop sucking the face and bubble. That's how you get the COVID.
Shout out to y'all though.
How you get the COVID?
Whatever y'all doing, you know what I mean?
That's how you get the Rona.
Bringing in 2020 right.
sucking in somebody else's air without no mask.
Shout out to them.
That's how you get the Rona.
That's how you get the Rona.
But the movie itself, you were saying about TENET.
You need to have a nuclear science degree, okay, MD, PhD, not none of those MAs or masters of. No, you need a full-on doctorate of astrophysicist, nuclear science, and psychology. Because your head is gonna be
open your mind.
This is not the Matrix. I don't need to take a red pill and go down a rabbit hole.
You have to be open and receptive.
You gotta watch that shit about 3 times. 3. First time you can be like, huh? The second time you can be like, oh, I missed that. The third time you can be like, oh, I missed that, but huh?
So you gotta watch it a 4th time?
No, because you're gonna give up by the 3rd time. Like, you know what? It was just a good movie. You know what? It was just good. I don't understand everything.
Did you enjoy it at least?
I enjoyed. That's why I just said it was a good movie.
Okay.
I may not understand all the intricacies and all of that with the
Chris
Murphy's
Carson?
box and the red and the blue and the red and the blue.
Did you enjoy it?
I did.
Okay.
I did. I definitely enjoyed it.
Okay.
I thought it was a good movie. It was consistent. There were no inconsistencies. Or if they were, they were minimal, so you don't get to be like, oh, okay. You be like, I caught you, but it's all right because I understand. So it was a really good movie. And it's something I would watch again. I watch Inception multiple times.
Love Inception.
I love Inception.
Shout out to Christopher Nolan.
You know, the Magician one, The Prestige. Watch that multiple times, and I never feel like I'm watching it and it's like, oh, I've watched it. I'm always watching and going, I didn't see that the last time. Okay, that makes sense. So yeah, loved it. I enjoyed it.
And so that was back in September. That was one of the few blockbuster movies that actually did get to come out in theaters.
Right.
It's on DVD, whatever now, if you still buy those. Streaming apps to purchase and rent and things like that.
DVD.
Yeah. But, unbeknownst to some people, Christmas is one of the biggest movie theater, take-in days for, blockbusters. And unfortunately, there was no real blockbusters that came out. But we did get 2 home releases, and one Wonder Woman was released in theaters and on HBO Max the same day, Christmas morning. And we also got Soul released on Disney Plus straight that day. So there was some Christmas releases, this year. So we saw both.
We did.
Which one do y'all want to start with?
Let's start off with the bad one. That way we can end on a good note.
Okay, so we're going to say there's a bad one, so there's no surprise to, how we feel about it off the rip. So we're starting with...
Wonder Woman. Yeah. 1984.
So Wonder Woman 84.
Specifically 1984.
Yeah, Wonder Woman 84. So behind the scenes story, we actually tried to watch that one first. Nobody was paying attention.
Not at all.
So we stopped there. We went to watch Soul. But then we actually did finish and watch Wonder Woman, and we realized but we did realize it wasn't just that we weren't paying attention the first time; it was just not making any sense anyway. So because we
didn't capture
there was a moment that we was like, wait, we missing something. We got to watch it later. That's what made us stop watching it.
Right.
Even watching it all the way through, we still was like, yeah, it's still stupid though. So we didn't have to really stop. We
were trying to watch it while we were having our traditional Christmas breakfast. Yeah. It wasn't happening. Yeah. Nobody was paying attention. So nobody cared.
So we start with Wonder Woman. The movie begins with the
Olympic Games?
The Amazon Olympics.
Right.
Of some sorts.
Which I thought was a cute opening scene. I thought was going to lead somewhere.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
As this little girl is doing all these things, she's beating the hell out of these big ass Amazon women.
Adult Amazon women, yes.
But then, of course, she a little girl, so she cheated.
Well, did she cheat?
No, she cheated. She cheated.
Well,
she knew the rules. She cheated.
So I wouldn't say she cheated per se. What I will say is, as in every child in comparison to some adults, she kept worrying about what was going on behind her when she was in the lead.
And spoiler alert.
I was just getting ready to say
by the
that.
way,
I was just
every time we do a review and things on Words Music Dance, I don't there's no reason to do a non-spoiler review. If we're gonna talk about it, we're gonna talk about everything.
Basically.
So those who are watching, we spoiling it. It's been out for a couple weeks now. If you ain't see it, it's on you. I don't know what to tell you, but
if you haven't seen it, that's okay.
It's really not. We're not right. We're not gonna rush you to go see it.
You're not.
However, you might want to see it to see if we bugging. You might disagree. So
and that's fine too if you feel that way.
But continue, like you were saying. So she
kept looking behind her, and then and if this was the story, then okay. But while you're looking behind you, you miss what's in front of you. And in her case, in riding a horse, she missed the tree that was hanging out and smacked it in the face, and she got knocked off the horse. She
also missed the checkpoint. She
Right.
has to hit the checkpoint.
Right. But for her, with it being a competition and also just playful, she was just worried about getting to the end.
I'm winning.
I'm getting to it. Right. So did she cheat? We could say she cheated because she took the shortcut and got back to the horse and missed the checkpoint. That's fine. But
to me, I'll say yes, she cheated.
Yeah.
To the definition of the word, she cheated. The thing is, when her life coach or whoever, the other chick, tells her you cheated,
the general,
she wouldn't have known she cheated. She just knows she missed a checkpoint. Because they weren't really watching them through the course. They was hitting the checkpoints and the flag was doing its thing and the smoke was going up. So all she really know is she missed the checkpoint.
Diana at this point would know what these games are. If we're talking about this little girl who is going to stand up against these grown ass women, she know the game.
That is true.
You hit the checkpoints,
that is true.
You get it to the end.
And that's why I said she cheated. She did cheat. To me, I just feel like
her mama the queen. She must have came up with the games.
Right.
I gotta know what the rules are.
But for me, my issue with the scene was she just got snatched up off the horse.
Right.
And they said you cheated. And it was a little bit more to for them. From the movie perspective, us watching it.
Right.
But for them, it's like, well, you don't know that she took the shortcut. They didn't have that conversation. It was just you didn't hit the checkpoint.
Right.
For me, that's how I
I can't let you finish.
Right.
I can't let you.
But they just called her a cheater.
Them.
Like it was like right off the rip, you're a cheater. You cheated. So I think I had a little issue with that. And then, like you said, that scene never came back into play.
Never.
There was the monologue or the speech she was given never resurfaced as the hero moment.
Right.
And
it made no sense. It was so nicely done that it could have been, it's not your time yet. When it's your time, you will know. You could have let the story lead. It wasn't her time. Maybe it wasn't her time with Steve.
Right.
Maybe it wasn't her time here. But at the end, it becomes her time. That never made it to
It
the
never
movie.
came back.
Yeah.
Even if it came back as an afterthought or voiceover, it never came back. So it was like, well, what the hell was the purpose of the Olympic Games?
I think she just told Steve the story.
But she just told him about the armor. She didn't tell him about the Olympic Games.
That's true too. So yeah, so that 11 12 minute that 11 12 minute scene, which was a good scene, just was pointless.
It was because that's the only other time you hear about the Amazon princess, whatever her name is, having the armor and being that like after she won. The reason why she was a great person is it because she was a this and then later you find out she has the armor because she went and found it.
It is
what the hell does that have to do?
One of the best openings.
Yes.
That unfortunately has shit to do with the rest of the movie.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So moving on to the rest of the movie, because one of the questions we had going into it was, we seen the trailers, how Steve come back? We find out
they do. They got you. Okay, if you thought Steve was back, his name is Tim. They got you.
So the MacGuffin, if you will, of the movie is a wishing stone
that they don't tell you how it works.
So they do tell you, they just don't follow what they tell you. So hold on, can y'all just
I got issues. I got so many issues.
Trying to be the lead with your big sisters is torture.
I got issues.
So the wishing stone is the MacGuffin of the story, which grants you one wish. Shout out to Ray J. You get one wish, and we
I had one wish.
Why we not shouting?
We don't sing.
Why we not shouting Ray J? One wish. big hit. But you get one wish. Like I said, they do give you some rules and da 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 da. The problem that I have with it is they don't consistently follow those rules.
So you get a wish, but it takes something from you.
Whatever's most precious to you, they say.
Or
we never see that really happen.
Right.
No, you do a little.
You see it happen with two people. With Wonder Woman, she loses her powers eventually.
And you see it with Cheetah.
Dude, what did she lose?
She lost her humanity.
Yeah.
That's how she becomes an animal.
Yeah. Or she became a jerk, which anybody would have became once they started getting
She
powers.
wanted to be an apex predator.
But what did she lose?
Loses her humanity.
She wished to be an apex predator. So
yes.
what did she lose? She didn't lose.
She lost her humanity.
Semantics.
Before she becomes the cheetah, she wished to be like Diana, which is when she actually started losing her humanity.
So she got two wishes, by the way.
Right. And then somehow they make it possible for her. And then did we ever see her wish to be the cheetah?
She said she wanted to be an
apex predator.
Oh, she said that specifically.
She could have became a great white shark. She could have became.
How the hell is she gonna be a shark fighting Wonder Woman?
She said apex predator.
She would die underwater.
There's a list of predators. They didn't say which one. You got to be more specific with your wishes.
Obviously.
See, if this was Aladdin and the genie would have made the wish,
but it's not. If we're going with the comics, she would have to be Cheetah.
But that's stupid. Cause
the whole movie is stupid.
Well, there we go. That's more to it. And like we said, she got two wishes.
Right.
That was stupid because she's only supposed to get one. But what happens is Max Lord, who's the main bad guy, if you will, he wishes to become the wishing stone, which is silly in itself.
Yes, because why didn't he turn into stone?
Because same reason she became a cheetah.
I didn't understand how people through the TV were like, I wish my husband was dead, and the husband just drops dead.
Yeah.
He's through the TV. You're not the other people. He touched them. He touched them. You can't touch me through the motherfucking TV.
So one of the dialogues that was said was they had some new satellites in 1984. Keep that in mind. That is the signal is so real. It's like
touching them.
But it's 1984, so it's not HD.
It's not the 720.
It's not even 1080p yet.
Nope,
there is no P yet. It was still 4x3 screens.
Not to mention, they were turning computer monitors into television screens in 1984.
Well, yeah, it was 4x3 screens. It wasn't high def yet, but the satellite that the government was using was so good that it's like touching.
I remember.
But we're not going to that. We're not going to
in 1984.
But
can we just talk about the biggest FU of the whole movie?
Which was?
Steve is not Steve.
So I was getting to that, but y'all jumped past that. If y'all let me.
Okay.
So
all right.
The wish that was made by Diana, after we done jumped around to everything.
Because we're all asking how the hell Steve is in the trailers. So we all know Steve died in 1941.
So Wonder Woman silently wished to bring Steve back, or whatever her wish was. We really don't hear.
We really don't know what her wish was because she didn't say shit.
She closed her eyes.
Right.
The Beyonce fan turned on and her hair blew. And then
everybody did that right when they made a wish. She was like,
right.
Yes.
That's how we know she made a wish. We just didn't hear her say anything.
All she said was, "I do."
She right in agreement and then she closed her eyes and a wish happened. And then a couple days later, some dude runs up on her and like says some things that
some random ass
he hit her
dude
with the pickup lines. He was like, "Yo, what's good, mom?" And she was like, "Boy, stop." And he was like, he said something, and she was like, "Steve."
Like Sands through the hourglass, so are the days of our lives.
Yeah. And then the camera did a Michael Bay 360.
Yes.
And it went from being some random dude
to
being Steve Trevor. And they fell in love again. Go ahead.
How does he have Steve's memories? Because
he's Steve.
He's not Steve. His name is Tim.
Not at that moment.
Yes, he was always. Let's be clear. He's always Tim.
No, he wasn't.
He's always Tim. Just because she sees Steve, the rest of the world sees Tim. I'm gonna call him Clay. I'm gonna call him Clay.
We don't know what she sees. I think she still saw the other dude. She just believed that was Steve in him. We saw Steve.
Chris Pine. You gonna be in a whole movie, and you not in it. But you in it, but you not in it.
He was Steve.
He was Tim.
He was Steve.
With Steve's watch on.
Okay, he was Steve though. She saw Steve. The stone gave her Steve.
She used Tim's body.
But
like a dog. Like she used his body like a dog.
Body.
So questions arise there. This man, Tim, who has his own life, maybe a girlfriend, maybe a job, wife, kids. But for those couple of days, he was running around the world with Wonder Woman.
And nobody was missing him?
As Steve Trevor. And nobody knew him.
He could have a missing persons report.
Yeah.
Right.
He could have a little girl named Sally at home waiting for her daddy to come home.
Right.
And he don't come home.
He don't come home.
He's like, put your mama on the phone. Hey, I'm a Wonder Woman.
Yeah. Sunshine.
I ain't coming back.
I'm with Sunshine over here. And yeah. And the ending of the movie, to save the world, you got two choices. Either destroy the stone or everybody has to rescind their wishes. And like we said, Max Lord becomes a stone, so they didn't. Wonder Woman don't want to kill nobody because she's nice. But she ends up wrapping the lasso of truth around Max and making everyone rescind their wishes. Prior to that, she had to rescind hers because she was losing her powers. So back to the Steve situation, if she said she rescinded her wish, she don't want to wish no more, that means that when
Tim comes back.
Right. So the moment she rescinds it, this dude just randomly woke up somewhere.
And don't know how
on
he got
the side
there.
of the building. And was
Not only that, she immediately got her powers back as soon as she rescinded her wish.
She starts flying. So in this one little dramatic scene, she did three things.
Yes, she did.
She was flying.
One.
She was like parasailing. She was like sailing.
Two.
And then she's lassoing and web slinging like she's Spider-Man through lightning bolts.
Can we just say
and she did the Superman pose. That was kind of she's
raggedy they did the invisible jet for her though.
Yeah.
Like that, she Wonder Woman has an invisible jet.
Yes.
Not, she don't.
She did the Mr. Miyagi and clapped her hands together and then touched it and then it was invisible. Because her daddy's Zeus and
that is so.
She's like, oh, you know I can do some stuff.
Raggedy.
Oh, should have thought of it sooner.
That is so raggedy.
Why didn't I use this a movie ago?
Raggedy.
That part.
So
that part.
And to those, maybe I'm wrong. But radar, if they were tracking them by radar, the radar should still pick up a blip. It can't see them.
But it should still see
But it should still pick up a blip on the radar. Maybe I'm bugging out. If y'all know radar and stuff, let me know. But I think it should still been a blip on the screen, on the green screen with the boop, boop. Should have still showed up. But whatever. They was invisible. Everybody's like, where'd they go?
Max's son. Everybody in the world is able to make a wish except for Max's son who wished for his daddy to be with him.
Because he wasn't using one of the good TVs that could touch him.
He was using the computer screen.
And it wasn't touching him. So his
First of all,
make that wish for him.
First of all, this is the most evilest man in the world, right? You're gonna go to all the dictators. You're gonna put up new walls. Palestinian trade agreements gone. You got the American government at the palm of your hand, but your little boy goes, "Daddy," and you go, "Oh, I got to give this all up." Oh no!
And the thing is,
oh, my child needs me.
When he first made the wish with his father, he said, "I wish for you to be." Don't you waste your wish like that.
Don't waste that wish, man.
It was already too late. The boy had already wished that all his daddy's wishes come true, and that was a fucking waste of a wish.
Yes.
Yeah.
I imagine if we all had a stone, we can close our eyes and make a wish. I would wish for 5 Powerball numbers because I'm not greedy. Because I'm not greedy. You see that? You see how I'm not greedy?
That's real. That's real. That's real.
5 Powerball numbers.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Every month for the rest.
Oh, okay. So a win for life ticket kind of. But you're not greedy. Because you don't want the jackpot.
5. I don't want the jackpot.
Right.
You want to put something on it.
5.
I got you.
Once a month.
Okay.
For the rest of my life.
Okay.
Okay.
See, that's not greedy.
No, that's a steady flow.
But remember, when in doing that, you lose something precious to you.
Yeah, you can get rid of the furniture because I'm gonna buy a new one.
The furniture's precious to you?
Yeah, we can't get rid of Link because I love Linky.
Okay.
But yeah, we get rid of the furniture because I'm gonna buy new stuff.
Oh, I don't think it worked that way, but we'll see what happens.
I lose my humanity.
Again, to me that was vague. It didn't really show because I just thought she became a jerk because she was powerful. and adored by people. So it just looked like someone who had a power and was being not noticed unlike ever before. She just became a jerk.
And they were like,
she just became a jerk to me.
Who's this woman?
Right.
And I've never seen Diana get all of that.
Well,
right.
The movie tries to make it. They try to put that all the men are just, you know, the Looney Tunes wolf with the tongue coming out and falling on the floor. Like,
but the women was doing that too. They were like, "Oh, girl, those shoes, that dress."
The whole movie tried to force that on us. So yeah, it was.
I mean, they exaggerated from both ends, because how does your boss not know who you are and they hired you?
Just hired you like a month ago or something like that.
A month ago, she hired her like she just saw her yesterday.
And to me, that was just like what was it, The Amazing Spider-Man 2 when Jamie Foxx was Electro. It was the nerdy, unnoticed person, but I love this superhero person who acknowledges me. I'm your biggest fan. Then I find, you did me dirty. Now I hate you. But the thing was, Wonder Woman never did her dirty, and she was mad at her for no reason.
Yeah.
But it was the same.
Well, she was mad at her because now Wonder Woman was talking about this is what needs to happen. We need to rescind the wishes and all of that. She wasn't down for the cause.
She was like, hell no.
Right.
So now I want to fight.
She became selfish, greedy, all that stuff. But to me, that didn't seem like a precious loss. That just seemed like someone that gained power.
She wasn't caring and dearing.
How do you know that?
To the homeless man who was sitting on the bench like it was his living room reading the book, and she was
brought
like,
him dinner,
and he knew her. And next time I see you,
and she was always like extra polite and caring, and she was tender.
She was super nice.
Maybe because he acknowledged her, and nobody else did. It's vague. It's vague.
I guess that's where they were trying to go with it.
Overall, movie
terrible.
I give it 2 thumbs down.
Okay.
Horrible.
So terrible and 2 thumbs down. Got it.
It was really bad.
Don't waste your money.
And there's a mid-credit scene.
Oh. Can I say Linda Carter looks like, oh my gosh, but why though? Like, it looks like she shaved. Okay, so you get a facelift right, you shaved the bones in your face, and then she was like, oh shit, I shaved too much. Let me add.
I didn't see all that, but
let me add cheeks so it looks like I've always had them. Let me add. White women who get plastic surgery over the age of 60, you need to let the swelling go down prior to making film.
Message.
It looks like she's a good 2 weeks out from the swelling.
She probably didn't. They was like, yo, we shooting this week. Hold on, I gotta.
Take the wraps off my face.
Yeah, cause remember this movie was, they didn't know it was coming out. She probably wasn't doing. Then it was like, oh, we putting it on Christmas. She was like, oh man, Christmas.
I just thought.
And then they're making an Amazon show, right? They're making.
I heard that was a rumor. I don't know if that's confirmed as if they're definitely doing it. So, again, spoiler. Linda Carter, who was Wonder Woman for the TV show back in the days, in this mid-credit scene is not Wonder Woman. She's Asteria, who was the chick that had the gold armor that Wonder Woman ends up using.
That we all thought
they kept mentioning her in the movie, and to pay it off, they feel they threw Linda Carter in there and she says her name is Asteria, and it's just like, oh, okay, so you're not dead. Now, to me, I don't know if that was just them paying homage, or they really want to go forward with that. I hope they don't, but there's a rumor that they may be doing so. And I hope they don't.
Like, how many people outside of the comic book folks know who Asteria is? And would care enough.
And what happens is, because these movies are all technically prequels, as much as they want to try to silently reboot it or whatever, you still got the feeling of, well, where has she been?
Right.
Because even in this movie, it's 1984.
Right.
Where's she been?
Right.
If she's just walking around saving people on the low. Same issues we have with Wonder Woman, because she's in a whole mall saving people, but then she knocks out the cameras in wedges and like a little skirt joint and superhero garb,
a whole Wonder Woman outfit.
But then she knocks the cameras out. But it's like these cameras are recording in the back,
right?
So we do have footage,
right? We see you.
So
it's not sophisticated.
Fine, but we can see some lady keeps saving the world. We can't identify her, but she looked like this chick that works in DC at the so
right.
But yeah, so it was, and then for Asteria to be doing the same thing, the light falls, she catches it, moves it back. She just walking around saving everybody, looking like yo, she's strong. somehow this would be seen, known, talked about. Yes, it's 1984, but still, you know what I'm saying, it would be discussed. But hey, if they're gonna go forward with an Asteria story, they're also saying that they already got the green light for Wonder Woman Part 3.
Why?
Because it made money, and they're already gonna go forward with that. So Asteria might come back in that. Cheetah might come back in that. The director, Patty Jenkins, left it vaguely open that Cheetah has or has not fully lost her power.
Right.
So that she's still like, maybe, so she's still teasing that as if that could be, the comeback for Part 3. So yeah, that's Wonder Woman.
I feel so let down because I felt like with Wonder Woman, the first one, DC had a shot. We're not even gonna compare DC to Marvel because that is just it's
like years, two separate.
It's laughable.
Yeah,
it's just
no.
Yeah.
So not talking about Marvel, which is great, but. I felt like Wonder Woman, at least, because remember when they start to rebuild this whole DC universe, they started with the whole fucking Martha movie, which really killed it.
Why'd you say that name?
Right.
Why'd you say that?
His mother's name is Martha. That was terrible, but she was the Wonder Woman character was amazing. She was the only bright spot in that god awful movie. Then you have Justice League, where honestly Wonder Woman is the only bright spot in that. It's not horrible. Justice League wasn't horrible. It just wasn't good.
Right.
So then we get our own Wonder Woman movie. Finally, no men, fuck them niggas, right? And the movie is amazing.
It was good.
Yay!
It was good.
First of all, I thought it was weird that you took her ass in 1984. Like, if any decade, take her to the 90s, take her to the 2000s.
Take her to 1984.
Take her, right, like what?
And 84 specifically.
Right.
And I'm looking for what happened in 84. Because
Ew.
I was like, what happened in 84?
The Reagan years? Like, what are we doing?
And that's why I feel that they had the script and it was like, this is a cheesy story. We need to put it in a cheesy time. And they specifically put the 84 in the name. They specifically made sure you were aware that it's 1984.
Right, but why?
It's oil. It's colorful clothes and parachute pants. And they wanted to drill it because that's their past. And I've seen some people actually use it too, that's why the movie is the way it is because it's 1984. And it's like, that's still not.
It didn't need to be in the title. It didn't need, it was stupid.
They were drilling it. It's 84, it's 84, it's 84.
It was like one of those old cheesy, like Superman in the 80s, right?
Yeah.
When Superman had this greatest villain and blah, 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 and truth and justice, blah, blah. And that worked in 1984.
Exactly.
2020 in a pandemic.
It don't work.
Right. And that's what I said. They wanted to take you back to the Superman, Christopher Reeves, but it was not Superman 1 or 2. It was more Superman 4, which was
terrible,
horrible, completely horrible.
When they created that Superman,
the
that
fake
supervillain,
son Superman dude, and that was immediately what it reminded me of. It reminded me of that Superman 4. The villain reminded me of Electro from Jamie Foxx Electro. The Max Lord was a typical. He was more like the Lex Luthor from the Justice League, from the Batman versus Superman Lex Luthor, who didn't do anything, was just, I'm rich and I can do stuff.
Yeah, not even like the Justice League Unlimited cartoons.
Not the cartoons, he was just a bad villain. And I feel like Cheetah was only there so they could have a villain fight because she didn't fight him.
Right.
She just wrapped the lasso around him and talked. And they just talked.
Right, and that was the fight.
There was
her fighting
no fight.
with Cheetah was the fight.
Yeah.
Because she couldn't, when she fought, and that was the thing, when she fought, what's her name?
Cheetah.
Before she was Cheetah with the horrible makeup.
Barbara.
We're going to call her Cheetah. She Cheetah.
When she fought Barbara with the black leather outfit and the horrible eye makeup.
It's the 80s.
Again, and see what I'm saying? That's the out for every bad thing. It was 84.
Yeah, but bad 80s makeup wasn't that bad.
And the CGI was horrible. They did the typical nighttime fight scene because the CGI was bad. So let's hide it in the dark. And shout out to Joss Whedon, because that was one of the things people are like, oh, Zack Snyder is better, but the Justice League actually had a fight in the daytime. And Avengers, what made Avengers so great was because they had to have the big fight scene in the daytime. You can see what's going on, who's hitting who. There's no confusion. Oh, okay. Snyder and a lot of DC type comics like to hide everything in the darkness because the CGI is terrible. You know, like what's his name? Whatever the villain name, I can't think his name from. It's not Darkseid. It's his underling, Steppenwolf. He looked horrible in the original Justice League.
I thought you were gonna say like Step and Repeat.
Oh no, Steppenwolf. But did you see the updated version of Steppenwolf that they got for the Zack Snyder copy of it?
No,
it looks like even worse.
Same.
But again, they're gonna hide it in darkness, so when he's moving, it won't look as bad. They can try to hide it, you know. But they definitely that final fight scene was.
It was bad.
They made it nighttime. She flew all day until the sun went down. Okay, now I'm gonna go fight her. You know.
And then she just flew and like.
Right, drop the wings.
Drop the wings. Bitch, ain't you supposed to keep that? Don't they all go with the outfit?
Well, she used the wings at first to block because she let Cheetah get tired and break them off. Then she dropped them off. Then she fought with the rest of the gold. Yeah,
You saw the whole entire fight scene in the previews and in the commercials.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah,
that was the fight.
And it might have sold some toys.
That was the fight.
Some Pops figures. You know what I'm saying?
She flew home to get the armor to go there. Do a quick shield and then drop it.
Typical woman, right? I gotta go change. Am I right? Am I right, fellas?
No.
I'm saying fellas.
Seriously?
No.
In between two women? Like,
no.
I said fellas though.
You thought that was gonna work?
In the fellas
Can we get off of this Wonder Woman?
Fellas,
Yes.
y'all know, I'm sorry.
No.
So another Wonder Woman. Like I said,
It was terrible.
We also
terrible.
all right. We also saw Soul.
Yes.
Yes.
So Soul. Also again, like I said, spoiler alert if you ain't see it, must watch. Definitely should go see it. Typical Pixar fashion, family friendly, not for kids. People get confused. They get, oh, this is for the kids. No, it's not. Not to say it's,
cartoon no longer equals
for the kids. And I'm not saying there's adult content that they're cursing, but it's something that for young kids gonna go over their head. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So definitely a family film. Like I said, typical Pixar gives you their take on life and humanity and stuff. And
this is another one that was held off for quite some time.
Yes, so I believe Wonder Woman was supposed to come out like May, June area, like summertime. Soul, I don't think they had a date. I think they kept holding it because even the final trailer was delayed. So I don't think they really had an official movie theater release date.
Because I feel like I've been seeing it for
quite
some
it was
time.
definitely supposed to be in theater earlier in the year, but they never had. I don't remember official date. But we got it on Christmas Day. What did y'all think about Soul?
I liked it.
Hold on, you got some hesitation over here.
No, let her finish.
Okay.
It definitely, I liked it better than what the trailers were giving me.
Okay.
The trailers had me believing that it was one way. And then watching the movie, it was something else completely different. And it was a good completely different. It wasn't a bad completely different. So in the end, I did enjoy it. I don't know. I feel like Pixar keeps trying to find ways to slide in, mental health and personal and you from within and being yourself, and
like
all of their
Inside Out.
all of their
4.
all of their movies now are dealing with that, like how you perceive yourself versus the world, letting go old images and projections and being open to other things. And they're doing it in a pretty okay way, especially like you said, it's not for younger kids, but it opens up the conversation for like that elementary school kid who's going through that transition into teenage.
And it's presented in a digestible way.
Right. So it opens up the conversations for the parent to say, have that dialogue. So that's why I'm cool with it. Thank God my child was past that stage.
I was say, "Ooh Lord, I don't know what I would say."
And I think some parents.
I'll be like, huh?
I think some parents
What's
had.
my spark?
I think some parents had issues with not being prepared for that conversation.
Right.
That kids are going to start having, asking questions and things like that. So yeah, I think some parents were caught off guard because the trailer, like you said, the first trailer really just showed him walking, whistling happy, and then Fall dies.
Right.
So we like, yo, what's this movie going? They're talking about death now? Oh snap! Then the second trailer kind of showed you that it's gonna talk about not the afterlife, but the before life.
Right.
And it was like, okay, that's an interesting spin on things. But then it's like, but what does that have to do with him? So we stood in the trailer didn't tell us where they were gonna go with it.
Right.
So not until you see the movie, you see that it's him trying to get back to life.
Right.
From that point, and the situation and how their explanation of before and after and how we get a soul and become who we are and all that good stuff. So it's their interpretation. And again, us as adults can take what we want from it and what have you. For children, it's like that must be it because Pixar said so. And that's where the problem comes in,
right?
Because again, religious people are gonna be like, "What? This is we don't believe in that." My book says, "Take what as you will." So not everybody's gonna agree with it. You got to also remember it's a Pixar movie,
right?
And for some, it could be a conversation starter.
Right.
Some it could just be entertainment,
right?
So that's how I took it. So some people will be offended by it. Can't do nothing about that.
Right.
But you had some pause to.
Well, here's the thing about it. So here's the thing about this movie. There are so many different messages and layers in this movie. Like, one is spoiler alert.
Yeah.
Okay. So
all that.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, you know what it is.
So the part about what was her number, 23 or something
22.
like that? 22. So 22 couldn't find her spark, so she became a lost soul, because lost souls are where these obsessive compulsive people go.
Yes.
And they're just always
it's one thing.
It's one thing, and they're searching. So that was one thing. The other thing to me that was weird, it's not weird, but the whole movie was supposedly about finding the spark, right? Finding the spark so that 22 can go on Earth and live. You can't find it until you actually go on Earth and live, right? The fuck is anybody supposed to know that?
Well, and I think at the end they kind of thank him for restructuring their guidelines, because they realized that too, that you need some experience to find that stuff.
Which is crazy, because they're supposed to be all knowing, right?
Right.
They didn't know that.
But that's the truth about everything we have. There are so many people that are supposed to be all knowing and higher powers and in those positions, like, and they're
those are humans. These people are before life people.
Well, they don't always get it right,
and I think that's why they get the pass in an animated movie,
right?
Which is why that story is told in an animated form compared to them making a movie,
right?
Because certain things get looked like they try to make the Wonder Woman 84. It's 84, so we're gonna do stuff that's gonna be cheesy, corny, cheesy. But in Soul, because it's animated, you're gonna get that everything works out in the ending. Oh, we learned a lesson too. Oh, you taught us something, so now we get it now. Where yes, in reality, them being the beings should know that.
Right.
In a cartoon, you still gotta have that happy wrap up. That you get that. So that's the part where I say, remember, it's a cartoon.
Yeah.
And
No.
Yeah.
The other part was, so he dies and he finally makes it. Right?
And some bones should have been broken, by the way.
Falling into the manhole.
Falling into the manhole.
So, yeah.
Some bones should have been broken.
Finally makes it, finally plays with, and let me tell you, some of these African American women voices like Felicia Rashad and Angela Bassett, and all of these women who play these pinnacle roles in this Jamie Foxx's life. So remember, they're standing outside and he's like, I thought it would feel different. Once I finally made this, I finally feel different. And she tells a story about the fish who was like, I'm trying to go to the ocean. And they like, nigga, you in the ocean. No. They told me that the ocean was this big, great, like, wonderful place. No,
This is so.
So he thought once he finally got his dream, right, which is to play professionally with this wonderful jazz singer, that his life would blow up and all these things would happen. And quite frankly, it never happens that way. Right. Which I think very few animated movies today.
Yep, they always have you feel like once you do that thing that you have exploded.
It happens at the end of Cinderella, at the end of Snow White, at the end of Sleeping Beauty, at the end of the fucking Princess and the Frog. I did it. I got my restaurant. I make my gumbo. I got my man. I'm straight.
Yep.
I'd like to see the Disney movie that happens the day after.
And this is it.
And I used to say shout out to Shrek, because Shrek was the only movie that showed the after. Because the first movie Shrek ends with happily ever after. Then they get married, have kids, and it's like, I hate this broad. These kids are annoying. Shrek was the only movie that actually touched on that. So I used to always shout out Shrek for that. Like Shrek used to, he even I think it was the third one, he wished that he didn't have the family.
Right.
And then he saw his life without her, and it was like, okay, all right, bring my kids back. I want to see my kids. Shout out to Tyrese. I just want to see my babies. Shrek had that moment before Tyrese.
Why are we shouting out Okay, never mind.
Shout out.
No.
You know what I mean?
I enjoyed I just thought it was so many different themes though.
Yes.
That it kind of gets a little convoluted in terms of what is the message. Is the message don't be obsessive? Is the message that what you get is not always going to be that great mystical thing?
Yes.
Is the message that you have to live life in the moment?
Yes. I think it's all those messages.
But see, in an hour and a half or 2 hours, that's a lot of messages.
Take
But
all the
all
messages.
of those messages tie together, because if you actually just stop and live life,
You can become compulsive.
no, just living life.
I can become compulsive because I want to just live life.
But if you're being compulsive, you're not living.
Well, in order to live the life, I've got to be compulsive about getting to the life.
Well, I think what you mean by living life is just not focus on a specific thing.
Right.
Be in the moment, enjoy where you're at right now, and where
not
you're going.
forgetting where you're going,
Because he
losing
set a
your drive,
goal and
but enjoying the milestones, enjoying the things in between.
You're in the ocean right now.
Right.
No. I'm in the land of the zombies because
No, you're in the ocean.
I'm compulsive about getting to the life.
But that because you're
I've
not
been
in the
working.
ocean.
So
I've been working.
You all black
Working.
with the
You gotta realize.
You know what? That is me. I'm gonna acknowledge that I'm a lost soul.
See?
Okay.
You gotta find your
I
ocean.
can't be in the zone. He was like, oh, I was playing and I was in the zone, and that's the place where the two planes meet. It is not. Okay,
So you gotta find your spark.
right.
You got to find your spark.
But the spark was
she has her
living
spark.
life.
See, the thing you can find, and that's the thing, you find your spark because that's what 22 did. 22 found her spark, not realizing she did, and then when she found her spark, she became compulsive.
But because it was taken from her.
But no, she found it, not realizing she found her spark, and became compulsive about it, about finding it, not realizing that she was there.
Because she didn't become one of the zombies until it was taken back from her.
Well, no, she was taken from Earth, but the spark wasn't there because when they got back, she then had her Earth symbol, which means she was now able to go and live a full life. But she never realized it herself.
She gave it to him.
She had it inside of her all along.
But she gave it to him.
It's like the Wizard of Oz.
She gave it
to him because she had then become compulsive about.
No, she was upset because she wasn't back on Earth. She's like, yo, fam, I want your life. I want to be a black jazz man.
No, I don't think she ever wanted to be a black jazz man.
I want to be a brother in the barbershop talking about, the Knicks and stuff, and you know what I mean? I like that life. I want to say the N-word. That's what she really wanted to do. She wanted to say the N-word.
No.
Shout out to Tina Fey.
Tina Fey don't say the N-word.
Tina Fey will never say the N-word. I do believe she will not.
I got a feeling that Tina Fey says the N-word
at home.
At home,
she might.
In the quiet.
She might.
Yeah,
I think it was a good movie though. I enjoyed it.
I enjoyed Soul. I thought it was great. allergies started kicking in a little bit near the end. You know what I mean?
Oh,
A
lot of people said that online, like, oh my goodness, at what part?
When I realized that he was going to give her, go back to, let her come back to Earth. So I thought he was going to sacrifice himself, even after she did it. Well, she didn't really sacrifice. She was like, "Here, take it, bye." But he realized, oh man, and he gave her, and then in the end, they gave him a second chance as well. So I thought he was going to just go and die so she can live on Earth and stuff.
But he was supposed to die and she was supposed to live, right?
Correct. And I thought he was going to do that. But then could he end up switching it? But then I thought it was going to actually happen to where he was going to just finally let her, live and stuff. And I thought that was going to happen. And I got a little choked up, a little bit.
Okay.
Does cry too.
Okay. I mean, okay.
But like I said, in the end, everybody, because it's a cartoon, everybody got to live. We do not know what she became.
Right.
So that could also affect your spark. She lived a day as a black musician and loved it. Now she comes to Earth as a fly.
No, she's gonna be a person.
We don't know that.
But she came back to Earth when she came to Earth the first time, when she came as him. Spoiler. He had already lived a full life, so she was like living a day in a life in his shoes.
Of someone, right? That's what I'm saying. So we don't know what she's gonna come to Earth as.
Okay, Buddhist.
I'm just saying.
It's not reincarnated as a meerkat.
I'm going off of we seen the cat. When they came down, he went into the cat. He went into the cat. She went into him. It could happen. We don't know what she's coming at. They never addressed that. That's what I'm saying. It's not Buddhism. It's the cartoon. I'm going off what they showed in the cartoon.
The way is that she comes back as a human, a white baby.
He was a cat for that day.
He was already supposed to be dead.
Well, yeah.
So he had already lived a human life.
We don't know what she's coming as. That's all I'm saying.
They give them personalities in the beginning, so we
Cats got personality. The cat had a personality.
Cats have one personality.
But that cat, when he was that cat, he had a different personality. That's all I'm saying. I'm going with what I saw in the movie. She could come back as a cat. Because now that cat is soulless.
Well,
that cat needs a soul.
No, that cat does not need.
Well, that cat got his soul back.
We don't know that either.
They did show you back that the cat got his soul back.
They showed you the cat run to the owner.
Lord,
They did not show you the soul go back. Because that soul went up into the upper room.
Duh.
So that cat, we don't know if the cat got his soul back. He went up the escalator and got zapped. So looking forward.
Watch that same night too.
Where Jesus.
So looking forward, we got WandaVision next week.
Oh, is it next week? That's why
The
my
15th.
Gmail is
the 15th on Disney Plus, and I just got alert that the editors are working tirelessly to finish it by the 15th, and I'm like, what?
It's not finished already?
Apparently, that's weird. Hope episode 1 is done. Because it's a weekly series, so they got time, but yeah, hope they got at least what is each episode.
But you told me it's only 6 episodes.
They said it's 9 now. It's 9. So again, something wasn't right, or they still editing it, which scares me a little bit. Makes me a little nervous that it's stretched. I guess we can't take this out. Okay, but I don't know. Should have been done. It should have been done, but apparently they're saying editors are still finishing it. So 9 episodes has been confirmed, and when it ends, the following week we're going to get Falcon and Winter Soldier. Right after.
As soon as it ends,
the week
after
that
it's 9.
the 9th episode of WandaVision. The next Friday we're going to get Falcon and Winter Soldier episode 1. And then I think by the time that's done, should be around the time when
the Hawkeye thing. I just want the Hawkeye thing.
No, they haven't got a date yet. We're getting Black Widow in theaters in May. I want to say May.
Can you just put it on HBO Max, please?
No, these are Disney properties. These are not.
Well, put it on Disney
Plus. No, and when you put on Disney Plus, don't add that premiere thing you did with Mulan, where it costs another $20. Who the hell is paying another $20 when I already paid $7.99 for the Disney Plus? That's why you put the Soul on for free this time, because you knew good and damn well nobody was gonna pay an extra $20.
And I had this conversation with my boy, shout out to Ben, Lou, Jared. I told them, and I said that it was wrong for them to do it the way they did it. I think they realized it was wrong the way they did it,
and that's why they did.
And
it
they're not
so
doing
like that.
it. Correct. I think, especially now, with Mulan itself, they realized it was crazy, and reason being, I'm already paying a subscription.
Right.
For the service.
Right.
Now you tell me there's a premium.
There's a upper echelon.
Right. And it's one thing, like, for example, if HBO Max did that with Wonder Woman, being that it's still in theater,
right?
But if you want to watch it at home, we're going to charge you a such and such. That I can understand even a little bit more
because it's in the theater.
You have the choice; they're gonna make money there, or if you want to stay home because of COVID, we understand, but give us $5.
Right.
I give you that. But Mulan, the only way to see it was at home.
Yeah.
But you're saying, but it's gonna cost you until that.
It's gonna cost you an extra on top of
$30.
your already subscription.
And even though you pay the $30, you're still only can watch it as long as you are a subscriber.
Right.
So if your subscription lapses, now you can't even watch that movie you paid $30 for.
Right. And you're not getting the $30 back.
Right. So I think they messed up with that, and I think they realized they messed up with that, which is why
they didn't realize soon enough because they kept it.
Well, you gotta stick to your guns.
First came out like September something.
Yeah,
it was $30.
Yeah.
Then you gonna wait till December 5th to not make it $30.
Because they announced it. They stuck to their guns. They had to. Once you said that, they're like, we gotta ride it out.
No.
I still ain't watching
Hamilton go on for free. Now you should have put on an extra little premiere for.
Because that was actually advanced. Hamilton was supposed to come out this year, 2021, and I believe March, something like that. But instead,
Hamilton is amazing.
Hamilton is phenomenal.
Amazing.
Agreed.
Now that.
So we may not get any more of that premium stuff. I don't think they're gonna do that again. Yeah, Disney learned their lesson. I hope. But like I said, we're finally gonna get some of the Marvel stuff that they promised us over a year ago.
I'm not excited about this Black Widow. I feel like, she's already dead.
But this is a prequel.
She's dead though. Like, this is not a prequel and she's still alive.
Well, no.
This is a prequel and she's dead.
Right. Well,
straight to DVD. It should be like Aladdin 2 back to the genie box. Or something like that.
I don't mind it because just like, for example, Star Wars Rogue One, we knew they were going to die. But watching the story, Star Wars, but watching the story was still a great movie in itself. It was still a great self-contained movie. It's like watching, Star Wars now. They ain't gonna make it. They ain't in the new movies. They dead. So you're gonna die. People's fate, but that didn't take away from this movie and this story they're telling in this movie.
Right.
And this story is gonna expound onto other movies going forward. So it is still a
live people.
Yes.
Do I get to find out what happened in Romania or Budapest?
Budapest. Allegedly, yes. They said you will. I don't know how much of that. I don't know if Jeremy Renner is in it. I don't know if he's in it. He might be a cameo. It might pop up. I don't know. We'll see when it happens.
That's what I would want to see, how they.
But this ain't about that though.
But yeah.
But it may be a scene. Who knows? I don't know. We got to watch the movie to find out.
Why do we care? She's dead.
Well, people cared. So this was back when Me Too was a thing, and they kept badgering Kevin Feige to make a woman-led movie.
I don't care.
They kept forcing. He's giving the ladies what y'all asked for.
Don't even try.
They kept badgering. Why Black Widow ain't get a movie? Why Black Widow ain't get a movie?
For no damn Black Widow.
Twitter was going crazy. Yes, they was.
They were.
Yes, they was.
They were.
Comment. Yes, they was. This is before Wonder Woman. This was before Captain Marvel. Everyone was saying, why Black Widow ain't get a movie yet? You got all these men in movies. Why Black Widow ain't get? And that's why we got that scene in Endgame when they was all standing there, women.
Black.
No. Nobody thought that.
Yeah.
Nobody thought. They saw the movie she was in and knew who she was.
Who wants a solo Black Widow?
A bunch of people cried for a Black Widow movie. That's why we're getting a Black. Yes.
Like how many?
I can't count them specifically, but too many. Enough that we got the movie.
Is it like the Nielsen ratings when one person equals a million?
Enough people that we got the movie. That's why we have the movie. Because he didn't want to make this movie. It wasn't on the radar to make. It wasn't on the timeline. It wasn't. But we're getting the movie because people kept badgering about it. Here you go.
Oh my God.
Like wrote a song about it.
I blame y'all.
Blame them.
If it's bad, yes.
If it's bad
I don't think it will
fucks up the universe
I don't think it will.
in some way, shape, or form, I blame y'all.
I don't think it will, but we'll see this year, hopefully. Whether in theater or at home on Disney Plus.
Are you pressing for it?
No, not really. I mean, I am because we haven't had a Marvel movie in so long, so I want to see a movie that's going to bring us back into the universe.
Right.
Same way I'm hyped to see WandaVision next week because we just need to get back into that world. I'm ready.
Yeah, we hadn't had anything Marvel.
Last year, nothing Marvel released for the first time in.
I feel like we're all still in mourning. I feel like
we passed that. No, I'm over that. We're good now.
No.
I'm off that.
I'm not.
Tony and them, yeah.
I'm still in.
Shout out to them.
Tony.
But let's get back to business. You know what I mean? I'm done.
I'm
good.
still in mourning.
I shed my thug tear. Let's go. Let's get it popping.
I shed many a tear.
Nah. We good. We over there. Had my year degree.
You cried at so I could cry at Tony.
I didn't cry. I said my allergies were acting up.
Okay, my allergies acting up.
It might have been COVID. It might have been COVID, but it wasn't. I'm negative.
Don't be bringing that COVID energy in
I'm just
here.
saying. It was just a little,
Don't be bringing that in here.
But it wasn't. It was good. But yes, we passed Endgame. We lived it. We dealt with it. We mourned.
No.
Let's get back into it. Let's move forward now. Let's see where everybody at now. We got movies coming. They're announcing movies. Let's go. It's time to get.
Never be the same.
I mean, yeah, it might get better.
Can I say I'm looking forward to, but not in a good way, to this Thor: Love and Thunder?
How you looking forward to? See, you're weird. You don't even like Captain America. You're just weird.
I'm looking forward to it, but not in a good way.
And guess who's the lead in that movie going to be?
Yeah.
She's getting it because women wanted her to get back in the story and did it. So.
But why? I don't even like her.
She's back.
Oh God.
So she's going to have to. And it is a storyline from the comics, but they're implementing it into the movie. So she's gonna be able to wield the hammer and.
Boo! So now everybody just touching the hammer. Everybody just putting their little fingers on it.
Listen,
the hammer's for everybody now. Hammer's
why
for the streets.
Why we need a new Thor when we got a black queen of Asgard?
She's gonna be in it too. She's still the queen.
That better not be changing.
No, she's still holding that title.
Yeah.
She needs to still hold that title.
She got it. She's the queen.
Mm-hmm.
She got it.
He gave it to her.
Yeah, that didn't change. But that's why we got to get back into the world because we got to be reminded of what's going on.
Right.
Where are they now? So.
Can I say though? Speaking of Tessa Thompson,
Mm-hmm.
she did a lovely Amazon movie called Sylvie's Love. That's on Amazon. It's really nice.
Okay.
And it's not. Sorry, side note, but it's a black movie about two loving black people in the 60s in New York. Mm-hmm. There's no scandal. There's no there's no ratchetness to this whatsoever.
Okay.
Remember when movies had no ratchet? Like
back in 1984.
Remember when movies
there's
had
no addiction, there's no drug, there's no horrible parent backstory.
No.
Okay.
There's no drunken.
No.
So we'll check it out.
These are just two
yeah, they keep showing it.
Okay.
Two black people.
I was wondering about
you know, there's a little bit of a timing issue, blah blah blah.
Right.
But it's not because of no other reason than I want the best for you and I need you to go ahead and live your life and be the best you that you can be, so I may hold back.
Oh, finally we're getting that. It's not I got something good happening for me and I'm mad because you about to go take off and go do that and now I'm losing you.
No.
Oh, that's beautiful for black folks. Amen.
For colored girls, when the rainbow is enough.
No, that's good. Finally we got one of those because it's that. Okay, you got the rom-coms and you got all of that, but when it came to black love, it was always a power struggle. It was either I get to win or he get to win. We never get to either win together or understand that you're on your journey and I'm on mine, and I love you enough to let you go do yours and vice versa. And when our
that was Love and Basketball.
Please do not mention that movie.
He let her ball out.
No.
Please do not mention that movie.
He had that
He was
moment.
a stay-at-home dad.
That was the
by
end.
force.
That was the end.
But that was the end.
But that's how it ended.
Yeah.
She got the ball out and be the ball of the family.
After
that's
what?
That's how the movie
After
ended.
what?
But they live happily ever after.
After what?
They live happily ever after.
That happened.
They live happily ever
After
after.
he blew out his knee.
Oh, you mean something had to happen to the man that would make him incapacitated to do and live his dream, and so because he's incapacitated,
And he was a bum. He was a bum anyway, but still.
she gets to live hers as a
But this
consolation
is different.
prize.
This is they're both on their journey.
But who won the game?
That it doesn't
Who won
matter.
the one-on-one?
It doesn't. That
It does matter. Who won the
So,
one-on-one? Who won the
I
one-on-one?
mentioned-
He could have left then, but he didn't because he loved her.
I mentioned
think y'all. I got us, fellas.
Amazon movie.
I got us, fellas.
I'm not saying it's a
Because-
man.
I got
it's
it.
a
'Cause they-
man-woman thing.
You
no.
exactly what you're saying.
You took it somewhere else.
Exactly
What I'm
you're
saying is that they're
because you
both.
said it's either they go that way. That happened in Love and Basketball.
But it's not just the man.
But it happened in Love and Basketball.
But in Love and Basketball, where it happened, he got mad at her because she had to go back for Kirk. Wait.
But in the end, you talk about the middle of the movie.
But the movie she's talking about, it happens out throughout.
Okay.
Yeah,
but
this is just an exchange. I mentioned the
movie
movie because finally there hasn't been a lot of black love movies that have just the I love you enough to let you shine.
Love and Basketball.
No.
You let her shine.
No.
You let her shine.
After he blew his whack ass knee out, he didn't have no choice.
You let her shine.
They needed to eat.
You let her shine before
So
you let her shine.
anyway,
Right.
it's just
And
we need to see ourselves in this way again. I do miss the Love Jones genre.
I was gonna say Love Jones first, but
sugar,
all those movies
genre.
happened.
All those movies that made us regular because at that time, white people couldn't get it. They couldn't get that we were kind of like them and we have the same issues. But the Love Jones, the Brown Sugars, I hate Love and Basketball, so I'm never gonna mention
You
that.
hate Love and Basketball?
God, I can't stand that movie. It is like bad. It's just bad.
What are you talking about? It's got love and basketball in it.
Well, that's the part she don't like.
Well, I didn't get the whole thing. I thought it was stupid. Like, why in the fuck are you pining after this dude from right there? Bitch, you look good and you play ball better than him. Duh.
No, he beat her.
What?
He beat her. What a bad knee.
No. I'll play you. First of all, if somebody ever says I'll play you for your heart, I will punch you dead in your motherfucking face.
Listen,
The
that was
dialogue
what brought
to
them
me,
together. That was their thing.
Shit.
See, because you ain't got the thing.
I'll play you for your heart.
That's right.
As soon as she said that, I've never watched the movie all the way through. As soon as that part came on, I
was
said,
still on the good part.
fuck out of here.
You beat her.
I'm not watching this
Dunked on
shit.
her, crossed over, made it fall, all that good stuff. And one mixtape.
What?
But he said double nothing, and then she started crying.
Brown Sugar, I could watch all
And they had a
day
baby.
long. Love Jones, I could watch all day long. All of those
Love
and
Basketball.
that and all
Poetic
of
Justice.
those. Actually, I don't even like Poetic Justice. I've seen.
All right, so thank y'all for watching.
Okay, all right, sorry. This is part of John's unpopular opinion. I've seen Poetic Justice all the way through.
Okay.
Okay. I get it.
Okay.
I get all of it.
Okay.
I've seen it once.
Okay.
Was enough for me.
Once.
That's just me.
Okay.
First of all, I'm not sitting in no hot ass truck with no nigga just brushing his head. You got to get the fuck out of here with that. Then your dirty ass. Ew. Oh God. Her braids were too fucking long. And Regina King, who is an amazing woman. Personally, Regina King, her character is some hood rat ass bitch. I want to be sitting in the van with the. I'm not from the West Coast, so if that shit is like regular, I'm not for that.
It is.
I am from the East Coast.
Cali,
we don't do that shit.
That's good job.
All that ratchet ass shit. We ratchet, but we
I was
classy ratchet.
about to say. Because I thought you were about to say we not. I was about to say what?
I'm not. We all from New York, right?
Yes.
We ratchet.
Well, I got.
But we don't
people all
have
over
to
the
show
US.
that shit.
I got people all over the. Shout out to all over the world. Matter of fact, what's good, y'all? Listening, watching, y'all know what it is.
I am
Everybody.
not from all over
East
the
Coast,
world.
West Coast, worldwide.
I am from a small subsection of Manhattan
Subsection.
called Harlem.
See,
then-
now what
and
did I
then
tell
the
Joaquin? It
Harlem.
depends on who's asking, who's saying. When you say Manhattan, we say Harlem.
Yes.
But she said subsection of Manhattan.
I am
you see
from
what I'm
a
saying?
small, classy
Bougie.
subsection.
You see what I'm saying?
Called Harlem.
The pre-gentrified Harlem.
Yes.
Okay.
Pre-gentrified.
And though
She
we
the type of person
are.
that can say no how now. No ma, whatever. North Manhattan and all that crap. She would say that. She would say that.
I would never say I live in.
Oh, just a small subsection of Manhattan?
I live
I
in a
still
small,
say 7th Avenue.
I didn't say
8th
you.
Avenue.
I didn't say you.
subsection.
I said this one over here is small subsection
okay.
over
I
here.
do. It is a
See?
small subsection of Manhattan.
You see what I'm saying?
It is, because there's a Washington Heights.
See?
That is still Manhattan. There's many pieces of Manhattan.
It is.
I live in the illustrious
That was
small it was always illustrious. Small subsection
Of Harlem.
of Manhattan.
Of Manhattan. She don't even want to claim home. That's my point. You see what I'm saying?
Called
Harlem.
See?
Okay? And although we are ratchet, we're classy about it.
See?
That whole West Coast kind of black movies, the John Singleton, now Boys in the Hood, I will watch that all day.
See, you watch the Vibe, you don't watch the Love? That was Love and Mailman.
Okay.
Love and Postal Work.
All right. You know what?
And
Postal Work. Yes.
That's what Boys in the Hood was?
No,
Poetic Justice. Nope.
Oh no, that was just that was bad.
Mailmen need love too.
Mailmen.
All right.
First of all, Tupac ain't no mailman.
He was in that movie. He's an actor.
He wasn't acting on that.
He was acting. He was acting as a mailman.
He was doing
His
better
cousin up in
acting
Oakland?
in a different world than he did on Poetic
Well, he actually wasn't
Justice.
acting in a different way. He was really that dude.
Okay, well,
but he was
there you
acting.
go.
See, now you talking about his acting. His acting wasn't bad for his justice. At the end of this, we don't wrap this up. She talking crazy. Okay, she talking crazy. You don't like Poetic Justice. You don't like Love and Basketball. I think it's just you. You don't like Captain America.
I don't like nobody. Listen, a lot of people don't like Captain America.
No, they love his movies. Some people don't like the first movie. You don't like none of them.
No.
You don't like him.
No, he was a fucking goody two
See?
shoes that
In the
needed
first movie.
to stay
Not
frozen.
after that. Nope. I ain't with it. We're gonna wrap this up because we've been talking to her entirely too long. Because now she's getting delusional. The camera, the lights starting to get to her. Shout out to everybody once again.
Your light did go out
Because you've been talking too long, talking craziness. The light was like, oh, cut this off.
Okay.
The light, yeah. Comment and tell her about herself. Tell her about herself because she wild. Comment all that. Like, share.
Ferris Bueller.
Send your friends. Do all that good stuff. 2021 vision.
Let's go to the upper room.
The conversation continues all 2021 and beyond. Y'all know what it
I
is.
thought we was gonna say
Later.
what we liked or what was
Nope.